over there in Europe. I mean, there's no way we're doing the right thing. We've already said we're not cutting anything. We're just printing because we don't even think there's a problem there. So maybe we're not too far off from a failed bond auction here in the U.S. And that's going to send a much bigger shockwave around the world if that happens than what happened in the bond market.
Well, you're right. We've seen Greenspan, we've seen Bernanke all say, there's no problem, we'll just print money. And they know where that's going, but they've just committed to it. So how do you see things breaking down then?
Well, I mean, eventually the world is going to take them at their word, and printing money is a problem in and of itself. Once you tell your creditors that you're going to screw them, that you're just going to print money and pay them back with the monopoly money, then the game is over. The only reason that people around the world are buying dollars is because they don't believe that. They think we're good for the money. They think American taxpayers can actually pay enough in taxes to legitimately pay off these debts. There's no chance of that at all. So this is just a blind moment of confidence that somehow it's going to end. Someone's going to say the emperor has no clothes, and the emperor is in America. It's not over there in Europe.
So what are you investing in? What are you hot on right now? Where do you see gold going? And then give us your brief take on Ron Paul.
Well, I think gold's going up, but I think the strongest looking commodity right now is oil. I mean, I've just been watching the crude oil market very closely recently, and it's been acting very, very strong, even in the face of weakening stock prices, a strengthening dollar relative to other currencies. Oil has been very strong. We're just under $100 a barrel right now, so I think oil is going a lot higher. As far as Ron Paul, I've always been bullish on Ron Paul. The question is, will enough other people get bullish on Ron Paul so that he can win? I mean, the latest anti-Romney candidate is Newt Gingrich. I think if Gingrich flames out, I can't see who's left but Ron Paul. So hopefully we can have Gingrich start to move down a little bit between now and the Iowa caucus. And who knows? I mean, if Ron Paul can win Iowa, it's not impossible. He might get a lot of media attention. And if he gets a lot of media attention, he could do a lot better in New Hampshire. He's doing pretty good right now with basically hardly any media attention. So imagine how he might do if the media actually started covering him, which they would have to do if he won Iowa.
And then we'll see a repeat on a national scale of Rand Paul when they finally covered him and started demonizing him and claiming that he was sacrificing children on Mars. Mm-hmm. That's when his numbers went up even higher. So clearly, if he can win some of those key states, they won't be able to ignore him. They'll go on the attack, and they're so discredited that that'll make him only go up.
Yeah, I don't really think there's much. They can try to dust off some of those old newsletters and try to say that he's racist again, but I don't think that's going to work. I mean, they've tried it before. I think it's a pretty thin attempt to try to discredit somebody who really is a very honorable person and has a distinguished record in the House and in his personal life.
What else do you think we can do to make sure Ron Paul wins? Because he's certainly in light years ahead of where he was 4 years ago in the last campaign.
Yeah, well, we can donate. I maxed out my personal contribution to Ron Paul, but people can make a donation to his campaign. I tried. You can dial for him. They have a dialing where you can go to his website and sign up and call from home. It's very easy to take surveys and help out the campaign to identify the Ron Paul supporters, to identify people who are leaning in his direction so they can help identify these voters, call them up, change their minds, get them out to the polls. So there's a lot of things on a grassroots level we can do to help Ron Paul win. Of course,
exactly.
If you live in one of these states, if you live in Iowa or New Hampshire, make sure and go up, show up at the polls and
exactly.
vote. And get some lawn signs, tell your friends, spread the word.
Peter Schiff, thank you. Yeah, I mean, this mind game that he can't win is really targeting Ron Paul supporters, so you just believe that and sit down when he's on the verge of being the front runner. Like Shark Teeth, all these other candidates have come forward. All that's left is Ron Paul. Peter Schiff, thank you so much. We'll be back with your calls. Thank you. Ton of news straight ahead.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones. I'm looking for people that have the wisdom to spot savings, opportunity, and recognize risk. Saving means to make money. The Cal Ben Pure Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated and twice as good as what you're using now. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils that contain no useless dyes, perfumes, deodorants, or antibacterials. Your risk is the hundreds of hazardous toxic detergents that give you rashes, itching sores, and deteriorating clothing called lint. If you want something better, if you want something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done before. Getting a free catalog is easy by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Take charge of your health now by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Hey everybody, Alex Jones here. If you're looking for the perfect Christmas gift, listen up. This will make your holiday shopping very easy. This year, give a seed bank from one of our oldest sponsors, Solutions from Science, to your friends and family. Here's why. The Survival Seed Bank will give any friend or loved one the ability to grow a full acre crisis garden of nutritionally dense, life-sustaining food. And the Survival Seed Bank is not just a box of open-pollinated seeds. It's an indestructible, waterproof seed bank that can even be buried if we face a real meltdown. And here's the best part. All the seeds in the Survival Seed Bank go through strict germination testing, so you can be confident you're not buying old seeds. Give a Survival Seed Bank this Christmas by going to survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com. Or you can call 877-327-0365 to give the gift that produces an ongoing supply of life-sustaining food.
You've heard Alex explain how the Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced colloidal silver solutions, yet many are unaware of the entire function of the Silver Lungs system and how it has been designed to deliver your silver solutions anywhere in or on the body. My name is Mario Cifaldi, and I'm the developer of the Silver Lungs generator. Not only does the Silver Lungs system produce endless colloidal and ionic silver solutions, it also comes equipped with the proper applicators and devices needed to deliver your silver solutions directly to key target areas. This includes the eyes, ears, nose, lungs, topically to the skin, and orally for the digestive system. Be sure to watch our new 7-minute video tour of the Silver Lungs system at www.silverlungs.com to learn more about how the Silver Lungs system works. As well, we are always ready to answer any questions you may have. That's www.silverlungs.com.
And it all crashes down, and you break your crown, and you put your finger, but there's no one around. Just one thing, just a play.
Okay, Alex Jones here, back live. I'm going to be popping in tonight in the first hour for a news segment on Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie. They want me to come on and talk about Senate moves to allow military to intern Americans without trial. I'm going to start taking your phone calls in a moment. Is anybody concerned about this? Or as Ron Paul has said, they're now going to kill U.S. citizens without a trial, including here in the U.S. And Ron Paul, 4 debates ago, looked at the snickering media and Necklace Johnson and said to him, hey, you could be next. This isn't a joke. You know, in every case in history, when this stuff happens, it is those very people that serve the system that are crushed. You know, in a true tyranny, your competitors will lie about you. And it isn't like it's some restaurant lying about your restaurant and saying you got cockroaches. It's the secret police coming and grabbing your butt. And then it's your competitor the next month that gets drug away. I've studied history. This is not a system we want to go into. And I keep saying that. Danger, Will Robinson. You know, Robbie the Robot, danger, danger, danger approaching from the southeast. This is not good where we're going. I'm going to go to your calls and do a ton of news here in a moment. There's a bunch of it I haven't gotten to yet, dealing with the police state, forced inoculations, and more. Oh, and by the way, I did remember and actually dig it out. Couldn't find it this weekend. I got back last Wednesday from my Southwest trip. I shot all this high-def video. I'm going to do some special reports for the nightly news soon. And I want to do it all in one fell swoop. In fact, I may do it in a couple reports now that I think about it, but tonight on the nightly news, I will get into this. This is the Independent, and this is a newspaper for multi-city area of New Mexico based in Gallup. And I told the story. You know, I always forget and think that I'm just doing a TV show here, even though it, at its base is a radio show. That's where the millions of listeners are. But we got people watching on prisonplanet.tv and later on the web when it gets posted in different places. But if you give me a document cam shot, I'll show people this. It says, Gallup police officers Josie Bowman left and Nicola Martinez set up a sign at a sobriety checkpoint at the 3rd Street and Maxwell Avenue, January 29, 2010. File photo. The checkpoint was staffed primarily by female officers as part of the Ladies' Night Out DWI prevention campaign. And then they go on to say they're going to do it again this year. Warrantless checkpoints where they search your cars. And it's always for good reason. Oh, and now they have the Army out at some of these and the Marines, to stop drunk driving. Sure you do. Task Force reducing DWI-related fatalities. See, get rid of that Bill of Rights. Everything's okay. Let the bankers take all the money. And it's all about how the feminism is striking back at the evil males. But see, I happen to know the anthropology and the sociology of the area. You see that Navajo symbol on her arm? The Thunderbird and all the rest of it? Everything is run by women out there. And let me tell you, it's a nightmare. Not that women are bad, but this is always what police states are like. And I pointed this out to Richard while we're in the gas station. I'll talk about it more tonight. And the woman behind the counter, even though there were like 2 people ahead of us, said, that's right. You'll be surprised what women can do. Who are you? And started this whole power trip. And I got back in her face, and I don't think she'd ever experienced it. And she was groveling by the end of it. But good Lord, I tell you, and then I've got this Grand Canyon deal they give the kids. And we were dressed down by a female ranger there while we were there as well for no reason. I mean, they're there to let you know. They're going to serve the New World Order. It's like Hitler said, first you get the women, then you've got the children, so follow the men. House slaves were always women. Whether it was a white German the Romans had or a African black woman on an East Texas plantation. It's the psychology, not that women are bad. But they believe, on average, on the good of having tyranny for everyone. You can give them a story, and they'll go with it. What does the Bible say? That will set women up above you, on top of you, over you, and your children. And that's the modern system. Don't discipline your children. Let them act as bad as they can, so they can drug them up, so they can put them in prison. Your kid acts like a total animal till they're 13, and then goes to prison. See, it's not fun anymore. It's all how to destroy society. And I got this Grand Canyon activity book. I got to highlight these and get screenshots of it. And it says, tell your parents, don't, turn their lights out. Don't take hot baths. Got a couple of these. Pretty amazing. I'll probably cover this tonight or maybe tomorrow night because I've got to download all the footage. I haven't even done that yet. I was here Friday and Sunday, but a lot of the crew was out. I've got like 3 or 4 reports I got to file from road trips. By the way, in the new year, I'm just going to announce it now. I'm going to do the first trip in late January. I'm going to go to Dallas. I'm going to go to Houston. Then I'm going to go to, I haven't picked a spot yet, in Louisiana, Mississippi, and then a couple places in Florida. Of course, right there in Orlando, where we're #1. I'm gonna go there. And I'm going to just bam, 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 go give speeches, have events, because they always brag about Glenn Beck getting 1,000, 2,000 people out. I mean, without even trying, 6, 7, 8 years ago, I could get 2,000 people out. So we're going to, and it's good to have folks get together. We're going to do some big stuff. I got to get on my horse and get all this set up, but it's all coming. Okay, I'm going to go to your calls here. Who's up next here? Let's talk to Henry in California, listening on XM 166. You're on the air, Henry.
Hi, Alex. I just